Alright, so in this video, I'm going to be setting up my fishing rods for the season, and doing so, I'm going to tell stories. But first, I'll show you what I got here. So this rod is my trout rod, my regular rod that I bring everywhere. It's a microlight with Shimano Cieno, and right now, I just have a spinnerbait on it, but I usually use one of these. Let me show you. I normally use these MEP spinners because they're really good and they'll honestly catch anything, but I thought I'd just change it up and try a spinnerbait, so I'm gonna leave it on and I'm gonna put new line on that, so I'll do that first. Okay, so this one is another microlight, but this one's my grandpa's and he just gave it to us to use, so that's fun. And the reel is a Fluger something, I don't know, it's really smooth, and I'm gonna, you know, put heavier line and I'm gonna try something new, so you'll see that. So this is my last rod. I just got it. I honestly just found it in the basement, and I had a really crappy, like, one of those, I don't know, I guess you call them a bass reel, but it was like so plasticky and didn't work. So I put this reel I found. It's a Daiwa something Spin Master. I don't know, I just found it, but it works, so I'm gonna see if it works. And I'm actually gonna set a bobber setup on it. I've never used a bobber, so I'll see how that goes. But yeah, let's get started on making stuff. Okay, so first, oh god, oh no, everything's stuck. Okay, so first I'm gonna put more line on it, because if you can see, there's like no line on it. So I'm gonna put 6 pounds on this one, so I'll do that. I've never put on fresh line before. Oh well, no, that's a lie. I have, but it was with my friend Calvin, and you've seen him in a video. I think it was the last one when we make the motorbike trail. But yeah, I just need new line on this. So first I'm gonna figure out, oh, I can just pull it off. Okay, I'll just do that. But I guess I'll get started on the first story. Nasty, but the thing about the farm is private property, but we know the guy that works there, so you know, it's not weird or anything. But oh my god, what was I gonna say? And so it's almost a guaranteed catch when you go, because no one else fishes there, and it's really awesome. And almost every time we go, we catch maybe an average of 10 fish every time we go, maybe more. So it's a really fun time. And yeah, I'll make a video there, but first I'm gonna finish putting the line on because this is annoying. Oh, sorry about that. I had to come inside because of all the screaming awful children. But yeah, so back to what I was saying. So in the water at the cow farm, there's, you know, just regular creek fish like bass, sunnies, carp, and that's pretty much it. So all the fishing that you will end up seeing is just bass and sunnies that honestly, they don't even weigh a pound. So yeah, the fish in there basically don't weigh anything. They're honestly, maybe the biggest one I caught in there was probably a pound. But yeah, everything in there's like a half pound, not even, because it's just a tiny creek. But I also go fishing in like a bigger creeks and vaster, so the fish are maybe the sunny's like the size of my hand, and I have a decent sized hand, so maybe like half a pound. But normally I catch everything on, you know, just the regular spinners. But I want to try out the spinner baits because they're different, and I don't know, I saw that they're really good for bass, bigger bass, so I want to try this in the lake. But yeah, let me just tie this on. Okay, so the spinner bait is on and fresh line, so that means I'm gonna have real problems for a week, so that's great. But yeah, on to the next one. So I'm gonna set up the little rod. Not little, this one's the biggest one. This one's like 6 feet maybe. But yeah, this one I have a spinnerbait on too. I never used it. But yeah, this line is honestly, I think 6 years old, and there's literally, as you can see, there's like no line on it. So I'm gonna put 10-pound test that I got at Cabela's, and I'm gonna try something new. Woo! Yeah, let's do something new. Woo! The thing I want to try new with anything honestly is 10-pound test. I've used it once, but there was like nothing on it, and I lost it in like a week because I got stuck in a tree, which that happens a lot because the creeks I fish at, there's a lot of overhang and rocks and crap, so you always get stuck. So I never really got to experience 10 pound. So I want to try that with this. Maybe catch like a crappie or something. People say it's crappie, like my dad, but I think it's crappie. So I'm gonna call it crappie. I've never used a bobber, surprisingly. I've only used a bobber once. Didn't like it. To be honest with you, I did not like it because it was just like you're sitting there. But what I want to do is I want to sit on this dock with my friend Calvin, which I probably said his name like 8 times already. So oopsie, sorry Calvin. But yeah. So at the dock, there's like notches, and you can like set your rods up. So I want to like set this one up with a bobber on it, some corn, maybe like bait or something, maybe like a minnow, I don't know, whatever. Put something on it, and use my regular rod, the one I just set up to catch fish with, like the little dinky fish that are in that we got in that lake. So yeah, I'm gonna put the line on off camera because it is a pain. So a couple weeks ago, I went to Cabela's and I got line, this premium XL Bass Pro Shops 10 pound test monofilament. So I'm gonna put this on and see how it goes. But yeah, this reel, oh my god, it takes so much line. So I'll be back. So I just got all the line on. Took me 20 minutes. That's depressing, and now everything's all tangled. Oh. So what I got going on right now is well, let me see. Is a size 4 Eagle Claw hook. And to that hook, I got these at the fishing store down the street. They were like, oh god, these are sharper than the tri hooks, that's for sure. But anyways, oh my god, what was I gonna say? I went to Cabela's this weekend, so I got a bunch of carp fishing stuff. No bobber fishing stuff because I just thought of that today. So we're gonna do that. So I got split shots. Honestly, I think this is the most basic fishing setup because this is what most people use. I say the average person that goes fishing with like their family, this is what they use. And I never really experienced that. I'm not saying I'm jealous. I'm definitely not jealous. Spinners are king because, you know. Sorry, children are running. But anyways, yeah, I'm not jealous. I just want to see how well it is. I'm not using worms, okay? Worms, you know what? I actually might use worms because my friend, I'm just gonna say Calvin, okay? I keep saying my friend, Jesus Christ. But anyways, he has a worm farm, and the worms he's growing are honestly massive. Alright, these right here, the split shots. The worms he's using are absolutely ginormo. So we're probably not using that, but on this setup, I'm probably just gonna use corn. I might use my bait that I got. It's like, I don't know what kind of bait it is, but it's different, and I want to see how well it works. But yeah, I'm gonna put, I don't know, I've never done this. I mean, okay, I've put on split shots before. Yeah, there's a story I'll tell. So while me and Calvin were at the lake, last summer, we're at the lake, and so we only use size 1 and 0 spinners, so they're pretty tiny. And like we couldn't, cause the water there, it's real shallow and it like gets deeper like very slowly. So we, you had to reach deeper water. So what we did was we got the spinners and we put the split shots above the spinners, and man, they flew. So if you're ever using small spinners but you gotta cast a little further, try the split shots. It will work, and it doesn't mess up the spinning either, which surprised me. So yeah, it works. Like I say, if it works, it works. Boom! That's a little ghetto, I'd say that, but you know, I'm actually gonna crank this on really tight. Okay, I got the double split shots on. I don't even think I put them on right because, you know, like I just said, I don't do split shots because they're kind of annoying. But this is really sad. I've never put on a bobber. But I watched the video, so you kind of like pull the top down, and then you push the bottom. So let's see if that works. Okay, so we're gonna pull the top down. Like, oh my god, this is really difficult. Aha! I did it! Yeah, bobber setup. Let's go. Wow, I'm impressed with myself. I'm not saying bobbers are cool, but I think that's pretty good that I did for my first time. But I think I'll do good in the lake. I don't think I'm ever going to use this at the creek because this thing is super long, and I don't know, I just don't want to use a bobber in the creek because then your bait goes all the way down. So yeah, that's one done, and on to the final rod of the day. Now I'm on to the fancy smancy rod. That's my grandpa's, and I'm almost positive, my dad said that the line on this thing is literally like 5 years old, and it's either 6 pound or 4 pound. It seems thinner than 6 pound, so I think it may be 4 pound because, you know, he never really fished I think bigger stuff. I mean he usually fished smaller stuff, just like cricks, like what I do. But yeah, so first I'm gonna take all the line out and then tie it out. I'm just gonna skip me saying anything because I think this video is gonna be really long and it takes me forever, so I'm just gonna do that. So I'll catch you later. So I just got, no, oh, it all fell through. So while I put this through, I'll tell you a story. So while we were at the cow farm, aka Jimmy's, I'm just gonna call it Jimmy's, okay? So deal with it. We actually caught a catfish, not on a rod, caught it with a net, and Calvin caught it, and it was really cool. But yeah, someday I would like to catch a catfish on the rod. That's why I got all this stuff here. Let me show you. Okay, so the rig I'm gonna set up is very basic for catfish and carp. I got these sea lock worm hooks. I don't know, they're this big. I don't really know what to get. I just read the package on one of the things in a YouTube video. But swivels, and then leads, 2 ounce and 1.5 ounce. I didn't want to spend a lot of money on leads, so I didn't. But the funny thing is, I don't know how to attach any of this, so I'm gonna have to figure that out. So yeah, I'm gonna do that. Okay, so even though it looks like the same day because I'm wearing the same shirt, it's actually been a month since I've put stuff on my rods for this video. But I've actually gone fishing 4 times already, so I've changed stuff already. And the first thing being is, remember on this rod, my main rod with the Shimano Sienna, I actually put fresh line back on. I already lost most of it, so yay. And put the spinner on, even though I said I leave the spinner bait on. I actually took it off this rod, so yeah. And then, oh boy, and then this rod, right, I was gonna put the catfish and carp setup on, but I didn't because having the lead on there put a really big bend on the end of the rod, and putting the things together without them like preset the rigs was really difficult. So I put the spinnerbait on this, which makes a lot more sense because it's a trout rod, even though this is not a trout bait. Amazon says it does trout this bait, but it really doesn't. So yeah, but this reel though is awesome. And then this setup is still the same. It still has the hook, split shots with the bobber on. Yep, this is still gonna be the way it is. Probably will be forever. So yeah, but I also have ideas. So I do want to do catfishing and carp fishing, but just not with these rods because that's honestly a really bad idea. You could snap the rod. I don't think 10 pound is good for what I'm doing, so I'll just leave the line the way it is. But I've been looking at rods and reels, and I found one that I liked, so that'd be good for lake fishing. And this summer we're going to Outer Banks, so I want like a bigger rod for the Outer Banks. We're not gonna really do, I mean, we might do surf fishing, but it's gonna be more like in a bay because right behind the house is a bay. So yeah, that's coming up later. if I make a video there, which I probably will. But yeah, thanks for watching, and come back next time to see a fishing video. So later.